Hey guys, it's your boy Kenny Boulder, and this is the worst sports week of all time in Colorado. I'm gonna go down just overview what's been happening the past week for Colorado sports, and it has not been fun. So both the Avalanche, the Nuggets, and even the Rockies, they've been playing, have had a really low points, getting either knocked out in the playoffs, or the Rockies' case getting pretty much humiliated against one of our rivals, the A's from Oakland. And so this is just a quick overview of why this is the worst week of all time for Colorado sports fans. Okay, starting off, obviously we have the most painful. They're all painful. They're all painful sports events. Let me be very clear. But the Colorado Avalanche, I think, is a little bit more painful because there's a lot of history to this. So on Friday, approximately 1 week ago, at 8 p.m., May 17th, Game 6, win, go on Game 7, lose, you're out of the playoffs. So basically, we play against the Dallas Stars, one of our arguably rivals in the Western Conference. And long story short, it just didn't go well. The Avalanche lost in double overtime to 2-1. And I'm just gonna, you can see the details here, guys. Avs literally against the 52, 26, or 29 Stars, and this was painful. And I say because look at that, 38 shots to 30, 59 hits compared to 44 hits, both penalty game points, face off 146% of the time. And we lost this at home. So losing this at home was pretty painful because, one, we lost to Matt Duchene. So I don't know if you guys know, but Matt Duchene is a former Avs drafted player. He actually was traded after signing a $30 million deal back in 2017. And don't get me wrong, we got some good trades from him. Byron was one of them, and he was integral for our 2022 Stanley Cup run. However, he was the ultimate Avs fan. There's some history, some baggage, and losing to him kind of sucks. I'm gonna be real with you. Good for him, the player, nothing against him, but knowing that he was an Avalanche fan growing up, knowing the fact that he played for us for many years during the Patrick Waugh era when he was head coaching, and obviously the, mess that was, but good for him. It just sucks. I'm a sore loser. I'm sorry. He got the best out of us, and it'd be like that sometimes. And I guess another thing that I have to complain about the Avs is obviously our captain hasn't played since 2022 when we won the Cup. It's been a long while since Gabriel Landeskog has played for us, and I'm bummed about the whole Valeri Nichushkin as well situation where he literally got suspended at the worst possible moment. The worst possible moment. And, he's our best playoff scorer for this entire season. And losing him was pretty bad. It's just bad. So, I feel for the guy, but, he's suspended for 6 months. He signed a pretty big contract with the Avs as well. And honestly, I think we're stuck with him. We have to, it's hard. He has talent, but there's so much baggage. There's so much issues with him. And yeah, it's hard, man. And seeing the Avs lose in double OT like that at home, it just sucks. And I really hope the Avs come back better next year. And I know Gabriel Landeskog had a press conference talking about his recovery period when he's going to come back. But I just hope, the Avs come back sooner rather than later. And obviously, for the rest of the NHL playoffs, I can't root for the Oilers because the Cup has to stay in the U.S. I think it's kind of funny that Edmonton's now in the Final Four. So I'm going to be rooting either for the Rangers or for Florida. I just can't. I don't have it in me to root for Dallas, and it'd be like that sometimes. So, the Avs got next year. We'll see where we can go from there. But this was a tough loss, and I really hope Nathan MacKinnon gets the MVP this year. So they're going to probably announce that soon as well, and I really hope he gets it. I'm rooting for Nate the Great, obviously, just because he's played out of his mind this year, and it would have been really cool to see him go back in the championship in a real cup run this year. But we went deep. We beat Winnipeg, and we we did a lot this year. So yeah, off to the next loss.
When you look at it, they're one of the hardest playing teams left. What they did to the Lakers in that first round series, being down big and finding a way to come back.
Murray has it. He'll fire up a prayer. That's it. The Timberwolves have knocked out the defending champion Denver Nuggets. They are advancing to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 20 years.
Yeah, no, this one's also pretty rough as well. So, shortly after the Avs played on Friday, the Nuggets played on Sunday, Game 7 against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and we lost in the second round of the NBA playoffs. And I gotta say, the Wolves were a much better team. And am I happy? No. Am I mad? Yes. But there's not really much we could do about it because they were just the better team. Just going over the numbers here, guys. Right there, I mean, like 98-90. And at one point, the Nuggets had a 20% lead. So, a 20-point lead. So, when we were going to the third period, our win probability was at 93.7%. We were literally up by 20 points, and then it just fell apart. It's so miserable. Like, you can see it right there. It was just completely fell off a cliff, and I'm really bummed out because I really thought we could have won this, and this is a Nuggets team that can be a dynasty. We have all the players, all the folks who could really clutch it, but I mean, yeah, 10 turnovers, 47 to the 44 rebounds. We just lost all our momentum and steam, and I want to say that Jokic and Murray both, 37 points for Murray. Jokic did, he played 47 minutes. That is insane. 47 minutes. And the man himself, 2 for 10, that's rough. That's really rough. But he literally gave us 34 points. Murray and Jokic both 35, 34, and the rest of our players didn't do anything. Christian Brown 5, Porter 7, Aaron Gordon 4, KCP 5. Like, this is brutal. Just brutal. And like I said, it was at home too. So imagine losing the Avs on Friday, and then on Sunday the Nuggets losing as well. And it just sucks, And that's why I'm saying, right now, this sucks. We are both in the second round playoffs. These are elimination games at home, and we got both knocked out in the same weekend. That's just painful. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a fan. I want this team to succeed. This team has all the potential to be there. And I know Michael Malone, he is the guy. I'm not on the Michael Malone fire bandwagon. That is just bad. Michael Malone adjusted. He did his best. But our guys just didn't. We just couldn't do it. Obviously Bruce Brown last year. I think Bruce Brown was important because he was a six man, did really clutch plays, stepped in where he needed to, and we didn't have him this year. And that just sucks because, I feel like if we had Bruce Brown, this wouldn't be an issue. We would have easily won by 5 points, whatever. But also, I have to highlight the other players as well, like Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. played awful this series against the Timberwolves, and he played really, really bad. And I don't know where he went. And I get it, before I start my rant, I want to emphasize this: Michael Porter Jr., his family situation is horrible. I feel for the guy, and I remember his interview when someone asked him how I feel about your family, your brothers. And Michael Porter Jr. said one of probably the most classiest things I've ever heard from him, which is, I'm playing for my other brothers in the locker room, the other 15 guys here. And I thought that was pretty classy. But obviously, to give you context, 3 of his brothers in the past month, this month, had like life-changing moments within weeks of each other, back to back. One brother got suspended forever from the NBA because of sports gambling, and 2 of his brothers got DUIs within back-to-back weeks. So I feel bad for the man, and Aaron Gordon played phenomenal in a couple of the games, but he just didn't elevate himself in Game 7, unfortunately. And KCP, I gotta be real, like I think he didn't really appear as well in the series. They dominated the Lakers last series, but they got definitely messed around against the Timberwolves. And shout out for the Timberwolves, for real. Our old general manager is literally the general manager for the Timberwolves. I think Jokic even said that this is a team that was built to defeat the Nuggets, and I agree. They're really good. When the games that they've dominated, they dominated against the Nuggets. And this is a tough one to swallow as well. I'm not happy, but I'm also not like doom and gloom. I think this Nuggets team can go and definitely repeat, or now at this point, go and win the NBA Finals next year. But not all hope is lost. I think I'm optimistic way more with the Nuggets than I am with the Avs. And I think it was a good series. I think the better team won. And I really do appreciate that the NBA gave Jokic his 3rd MVP award. So we just need to fix our bench. We just got to fix our bench, really. And I think Najee definitely wasn't existent, and maybe we shouldn't give him an extension, but it'd be like that sometimes. I think they're going to be really competitive next year, and I have faith in them. So, it's just, still sucks, though. I'm not going to lie. Like, we should be playing right now, but we're not. So, yeah. It should have been the Mavs and Nuggets. So, at this point, I think I'm rooting for the Timberwolves just because they're the better team. I would like to see them, win. I want Minnesota to succeed somewhere. And I think this is the closest they can get in, like, the next, 3 decades. Because the Wild sucks. The Vikings are a dumpster fire. So, I'm rooting for Minnesota, even though they can knock us out. It'd be like that sometimes. I don't want to root for the Mavs. And I don't know. I don't know about either the Celtics or Pacers either. I think the Pacers are dumpster fire. So it's going to be a Celtics and Timberwolves. And I'm definitely going to root for the Wolves at that point. So next doom and gloom here.
Going to walk Mr. McCann. Now the bases are loaded, and he is going to go to the bench here. It puts a little more pressure on the pitcher, though, here. I don't think it's automatic to walk somebody to load him up when the winning run is at third base. And Soderstrom is going to bat. 3-0. A's 9, Rockies 9. Soderstrom's at the plate. Brown down the line over at third. And the right-hander ready and throws. And it's low, and the A's have won it on a 4-pitch walk. And the intentional walk turns out to be a huge maneuver that certainly worked out in the A's benefit in this 11th inning.
Before I begin, I am a very much fair-weather Rockies fan. I have never bought a jersey. I'm literally just wearing a generic Rockies shirt just because I am a fair-weather fan. I think the most amount of Rockies stuff I follow was during the Nolan Arenado days, and those are long gone when we trade for pennies. And at this point, watching the Rockies is watching a dumpster fire. It is literally watching just pain and anguish. The Rockies have been rock bottom since 2021, and it's going to keep going bad. It sucks. And they've not been relevant since forever. We had one good season, 2007. I mean, a couple of good seasons, but the most close we ever got to something was 2007 during October. I remember that. I was in middle school. But I just want to be very clear that the Rockies right now are historically bad. They are a dumpster fire. They are bad. This sucks. And, after watching the Avs lose, after watching the Nuggets lose, I tuned in to see what the Rockies, and they're playing against the A's. The A's are not a good team. Literally, they are moving from Oakland to Vegas. They are literally a franchise that is rock bottom. So I was hoping I could get some serotonin from this. And I watched the series, and then no, we lost the series, and we lost yesterday against the A's in a crazily horrible fashion. So on Thursday, May 23rd, this is the worst week of all time for Colorado sports fans. We lost. So the Rockies, let me be clear, they were on a 7-game win streak a couple weeks ago. They literally like swept the Padres. That was pretty cool. And then they lost pretty bad to the Giants. And then they now are losing to the fucking Oakland Athletics. The A's. The A's. So, I'm just going to show this real quick here. Literally, final. Also, yeah, look at our record. 16-33. Woo! 16-33. 100 losses. Final. 9-10 against the Oakland Athletics. So, at one point, here you go. By the beginning of the 7th, okay? The 7th inning, the Rockies were up by 4-0. 4-0 at the 7th. And we let the A's catch up. 1 on the 7th, 2 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th. Now it's extra innings. 10th inning, 1-1. 11th inning, 4-5. Boom. So at one point, we were up by 11-6 or whatever. And they got 5 back. We literally load up the bases. And we let them load the bases and we lost. We walked them out. It was horrible. And I'm not a baseball guy. I really am not. I am, if I want to rate my sports rankings, I'm a Broncos fan. Nuggets, Avs, Rockies, Rapids, you name it. And I guess lacrosse, I'll root for the Mammoth. And they're really good as well. And the Rapids here and there. But at one point, look at that. Our win probability rate was 94%. Colorado, 4-0. And then at the beginning of the 11th, we were 96.5%. Colorado 9, Oakland 5. And we lost. We fucking lost to one of the worst teams right now. And it just sucks. It sucks so much because if you're a Colorado fan, you want to root for Colorado teams. And at this point, it's just so bad. It is like phenomenally bad of how bad the Rockies are. And I guess this, maybe I got too caught up in the hype. And there is no hype. Let's be real. The Rockies have been a dumpster fire forever. Chris Brandt's contract is insane. We gave him like $150 million. He's been injured for like 2/3 of his so far as a Rockies player. And, it's just bad. I just feel like ever since we traded Nolan for a sack of potatoes and like giving, the Cardinals like $30 million, $50 million, it's just been a mess. And I think that at this point, I don't know. Do I watch the games? Not really. Do I go to the events? If it's cheap, it's a good venue. It's fun. But it's just bad. The Rockies are bad. And that's what it is, really. This is a franchise that is literally a farm for other teams at this point. Because we just trade all of our good players. We don't have any good, folks out there. We've had maybe a couple good runs here and there in the past 5 years, but nothing good. It's always been losing seasons. So, yeah, that's it for me and my Rockies adventure stuff. So, okay, guys. So, at this point, it is the unfortunate reality that Colorado sports has been rough. It's just been rough. Avalanche, Nuggets are out of the playoffs. And, obviously last year was the first time ever that the Nuggets were in June, playoffs, and now we're not anymore. And so that was a moment I savored and it was beautiful. The Avs, we have a good team. We should not be losing, double overtime. We shouldn't. It's just the Colorado Avalanche it's just been hard, I guess, with our captain, with players being suspended for 6 months. I don't know where to go from there. I feel like if you're an Avs fan, there's definitely some uncertainty of what do we do after this here. But I have faith. I know our coach does too. We have a really good team. We have a good core. We just have to figure out how to, be better. And I support Georgie. I think a lot of the folks who didn't like Georgie, our goalie, he literally became next level after game 1 against the Jets. And I feel like good for him, you know? He proved a lot of doubters wrong. I love the man. I think he's a good goalie. I think we should keep him. There's going to be some special moments with the Avs. And this is still a young Avs core. We're not old yet. So I believe we can go back into the cup eventually, soon. At least the next 5 years, for sure. Nuggets, absolutely. I think we can easily be competitive next year. We just got to figure out our bench. The Rockies, the Colorado Rockies, I'm going to watch some games. You know, I'm going to root with you because, you know, I got to support Colorado sports teams. But do I have faith? No, I don't. This is a franchise that has been a dumpster fire. Our game manager is bad. Our players are not that good. This is an off season that we got nobody. So I'm expecting probably historical bads as well. I expect at least easily 70 games being lost, maybe 100. We'll see if we go from there. And yeah, this is Colorado's worst sports week of all time. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's your boy Kenny Boulder. Like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you next time, guys. And obviously, might make some more content. Let me know if you want more content. Obviously, really excited for the Broncos. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm on the hype train with Bo Nix. Bo Nix is definitely he's the guy. He's 24 years old. It's exciting. And I get it, the Broncos are in a rebuild mode. But I am so excited because we don't have Russell Wilson. And I get it. It's been an 8-game losing season for the Broncos ever since Peyton Manning's Super Bowl victory. But holy fuck, I gotta have something. There has to be light in the end of the tunnel. So we'll see where things are at. Apparently, Patrick, I forgot his name already. I feel so bad. But Patrick, one of our wide receivers who's been injured for the past 2 years with ACL injuries, he's been practicing, and he's literally the guy. So I really hope Cortland Sutherland stays as a Bronco, and we'll see from there. So again, appreciate it, guys. Have a great day. Take care, y'all.